Greetings, I am Herbert Erpaderp, and here is something I've been excited about for a while now. Just in case you can't tell, this is the Rubicon King Tiger. It's a 28mm or 1/56 scale plastic wargaming kit, though for a wargaming kit, I think this one is pretty special. I'm not going to be building this today, but there's so much stuff in the box that I figured it would be worth doing a what's in the box video. Before we look inside the box though, it's worth pointing out just how big this box is. Here it is with a regular sized Rubicon kit. I know, that's one thick box. At least 3 Cs thick. The back of the box looks pretty much like any Rubicon box. There's a bunch of information about the tank, an image of the decal sheet, and a basic painting guide. Something unique to this kit though, at least for the time being, is an exploded image showing the full interior. That's right, a full interior. A very cool feature indeed. Here you can see why the box is so thick. I mean, it's probably obvious that it's to hold the thick sprues. It might look like there's a whole ton of sprues in here, but there are only 5, though there is a lot of stuff on those 5 sprues, all of which were individually wrapped. The first one here has road wheels and tracks, which I suppose are pretty important for a tank. There's not really a whole lot to say about these, they're tracks and wheels. They do look very good though. Typical of Rubicon's wheels for Tigers and Panthers and stuff with interleaved road wheels, you can see that there are sets of 4 that are connected with little arch shapes. That does speed up the assembly a little bit, and you won't see those joining bits when the wheels are all together. As I've come to expect from Rubicon models, they're very neatly moulded and there is barely anything by the way of mould lines. They are there of course, and you will need to clean them up, but you probably won't be spending all day doing it. This next sprue contains a lot of the lower hull. Again, very nice neat sprues on which I can find no defects. As you can probably see, I've bought the version of the King Tiger without the Zimmerit. I've never been a big fan of Zimmerit, but you can buy a version of this kit with it if you prefer. Choices are good to have. This sprue also features some of the internal details, including the turret basket. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not sure how perfect the interior detailing is going to be, but probably not to the level that would please a rivet counter. But for a wargaming kit in this scale, it's bound to be great, and I almost feel obligated to build this kit in such a way that it will easily be visible. You will also notice that this sprue contains a crew figure, as does this one. This kit comes with enough crew figures to make an entire crew for the tank. I don't usually include crew figures in my builds, but I think this is a really cool idea, and it's nice to see. You'll probably have noticed that the detailing in this kit is pretty good. Not that other Rubicon kits aren't well detailed, but I think they really wanted to go the extra step and develop a kit that works both as a display model and a gaming piece. I think they've done very well in that regard. I mean, it probably won't please the most obnoxious rivet counters, but it is still very good, and I'm hoping this is a sign of things to come. One of those details I think is really cool is the teeth in the turret ring. You won't see that when the tank is all put together, but it will really add a lot when you're displaying it with the turret off, or when it's been blown up in your game and you take the turret off to indicate that it's been destroyed, as is tradition. This next sprue, as you can probably tell, contains a lot of turret parts, including 3 guns and quite a lot of ammo. Like the rest of the sprues, all of this looks really good. I'm no King Tiger surgeon, so I can't tell you what the difference between the 3 guns is, other than they all look a bit different, but they've all been slide moulded so there's no need to drill out the end of the gun barrel. This is always a nice touch, and it makes any kit look that much better. I'm not sure, having not built the model yet, but I do kind of hope that you get some choice over how much of the ammo you put inside the tank. I mean, I don't have a problem with installing all of it, but it might also be nice to have some empty racks. The ammo looks pretty decent at least, and there is a lot of it. I didn't realise a King Tiger carried that much ammo. And there's even more over on this sprue, along with engine and radiator parts and various other doodads. There are so many parts in this kit. Ordinarily I could build a Rubicon model in 1 or maybe 2 streams, but this one I think will take a little bit more time to put together. That's obviously not a complaint, and it does mean that you're getting more hobby time for your money, if you choose to look at it that way. That's all the plastic you'll find in this box, but here's something a bit unusual for a Rubicon kit, in a good way. Photo etch. You probably saw that mentioned on the box, so it's not a surprise, but just pretend that it is. For me, These are all grills, obviously, and there isn't going to be any bending or anything fancy required, so this shouldn't be too difficult to install, and it does look rather good. Decals, as the box said, are also included. As is often the case with Rubicon's decals, there's a lot of choice here. You're probably never going to use all of these on one tank, so these sheets are really good to keep around for other projects that you might need decals for. I've used many Rubicon decals over the years, and I feel pretty confident that these are going to be good quality. Last but not least is the instruction booklet, and this one is a booklet, stapled in the middle and everything. This has a more matte finish than Rubicon's instructions usually do, but about all that really means is that it gives you less glare when you take pictures of it under lights. The instructions themselves are the usual quality that I've come to expect from Rubicon. The steps are small and don't have too much going on at one time, they're laid out neatly and everything is easy to understand and follow. Various options and when things should be assembled before other things are called out such that they should be hard to miss. Though I do still suggest paying good attention to the instructions. It's what I'm going to try and do. I don't want to mess this one up. There are quite a few steps here, so this isn't going to be the quickest build, but I suspect, depending on the options you choose, some of them could be skipped over, especially if you don't want to include the crew, or for some reason, the interior. The last page has some basic painting and marking guides, both for the tank and ammunition. Obviously these are quite simple, and there's always a lot of other cool things that you could do with this tank when you paint it. Hot pink King Tiger, anybody? Anyway, that's what's in the box. There's a lot of stuff here, and I think it looks really good. Obviously you don't have to take my word for it being good, you can use your own eyes and come to your own conclusion. In fact, I certainly recommend that. Having now had a look through the box, I'm more excited to build this kit than I was before. I won't be doing that right away though, and I don't have a specific start date planned because, well, there's other stuff to do first, but I will be building this on stream fairly soon. Be sure to go to my Twitch channel and give me a follow, there's a link in the description. It'll probably take a while to get this one done, but once it's finished, there will be a build video here on YouTube. Obviously there's going to be editing time involved between the end of the stream and the time that goes up, but once it is up, there'll be links around here somewhere. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to put those in the comment section below. And if you've not already done so, why not subscribe, follow, ring the bell, become a patron if you want to see my videos a bit early, or maybe just come say hi on Discord or Twitch. Links to all of my things are in the description below, and as always, I shall return soon. So until then, be excellent to each other, and thanks for watching. Farewell.